Part of putting together outfits is creating a cohesive look and working from top to toe. So considering things not only just your clothing, but also your shoes, accessories, your makeup, and then of course your hair. And as you're developing your personal style, finding your perfect haircut is something a little tricky sometimes, and it can change how your outfits are feeling. So I thought it'd be fun in today's video if I cultivated some classic haircuts that you'll never regret. These are really easy. They kind of go with everything. You can style them a variety of different ways, and you can experiment with these until you find your perfect one. So let's get started. The first classic haircut that I want to go over is one that I find to be relatively universally flattering and very easy to maintain, and that is mid-length hair. So this is going to fall a little bit past your shoulders but above your armpit area, kind of like stay in that region, and you can experiment with either a blunt cut or maybe softened edges ever so slightly to kind of suit your overall vibe and your energy. A blunt cut is going to feel a little bit more severe than something a little bit softer or feathered. And what's really great about this, especially if you keep it all one length, is you have a lot of versatility with how you can style it. So this length isn't too short and it's not too long. And then the nature of a blunt haircut gives you a lot of versatility if you want to curl it or wear it straight, flip it over to one side, or wear it parted down the middle. You can put it up, you can put it down, and experiment a lot and kind of treat it almost like a white shirt in your outfit. It doesn't do too much, but it's something that can suit whatever you need. The next classic haircut that I want to talk about is essentially the one we just went over, but this time you add in some long, soft layers. This is a really good option if you have wavy or curly hair like I do, and I find this to be a lot easier to style in a variety of ways with my natural texture. So I like this as I kind of shift between them. Sometimes I'll blow it out, sometimes I let it air dry, and it gives me a lot of versatility because it has movement kind of built into it. So if you're also someone that feels like a blunt cut kind of drags you down a little bit, and especially blunt and parted down the middle just isn't your vibe, doesn't really work for me either, then going for something around mid-length but then with some longer layers added in is going to give you a lot more flexibility and soften everything and give you a haircut that you might find a lot more versatile to work with. And then also a really great thing here to keep in mind is your longest layer should come to roughly the end of your chin. This will avoid any awkward truncation of your face and drawing your eye any one direction, and allow everything to flow a lot more seamlessly and smoothly. And again, give you a haircut that doesn't speak too loudly. And when working on just your style, you kind of want that for your haircut. You want a haircut that you can not think about, not worry about as you figure out what you love to wear, and then start experimenting with your haircut. Now let's say you don't really like layers, or you're afraid of adding too much movement into your hair and you're not really sure what you want quite yet, but you know you want some movement around your face. Face framing layers is a very safe bet, and what I love about this is you can adjust this to basically any haircut length that you're working with. So whether you're going for that kind of like mid-length or a longer style, this is going to be such a nice way to soften the area around your face. And if you want something very foolproof, starting again right below your chin is going to be a really nice safe bet. It's going to soften everything, but then allow you to sweep them behind your ears or put them up in a ponytail, so they're not going to be obtrusive or inconvenient in any way. But if you want to go a little bit shorter, try taking your hair and kind of lifting it up to different points on your face. And keep in mind that wherever your shortest layer starts, especially when that's down around your face, that's where the attention is going to be drawn. So if you want attention to your eyes, getting some around here, around your cheekbones, is a really great idea. And if you want it on your chin, going a little bit lower there. So experiment until you find something that you really love, and then when really in doubt, ask your hairstylist because they can give you objective recommendations. The next classic haircut that I want to go over is working its way slowly a little bit shorter, and this is going to be the lob. So this is very similar to the mid-length haircut, except a lob, as far as I understand it, comes above your shoulders. And it can be a really nice option if you want to kind of dip your toes into shorter hair, but you're not really positive if it's going to be something that suits your lifestyle or if you're going to really love it. And the important thing to keep in mind here with a lob is that creating a really nice gradual angle from your lob that kind of follows the line of your jaw is going to be very beautiful and very, very flattering. It's also going to be really easy to work with a lot of different collars and different shirt details, so different sleeve styles and all of the stuff that you want to put up by your face. And then also another really important thing here to keep in mind if you do want to go for a lob is to be really honest with yourself about how often you put your hair up. Because in my experience, whenever your hair gets above your shoulders, it can become a lot more difficult to throw up. So if you like to exercise a lot, keep that in mind and you need your hair off your face, or maybe you need your hair out of your face for work. These are definitely things to consider if you want a hairstyle that doesn't require you to then put it all in a clip every day, because it kind of defeats the purpose of going for a specific style. The last classic haircut that I want to go over is the pixie, and the pixie is definitely one that I wouldn't just jump directly into unless you know that you like shorter hair. So working your way slowly up and maybe going for a lob first and then experimenting with a pixie can be a good idea. This is also a very important one to keep in mind if you like the security of your hair around your shoulders. If you find that to be something valuable in your personal style, because maybe you like to wear a lot of structured collared shirts, but you find that the stiff fabric here or the sharp lines kind of conflict a little bit with your facial features or how you feel day to day. Having your hair flow softly around your shoulders can offset that. But when you have a pixie, you don't have that to rely on. So definitely my recommendation is to think really hard about this one before you jump directly into a pixie cut. But if you do go for the pixie, they are very classic and really beautiful, and there are so many different versions. You can go for one that's got maybe slightly razored edges, it creates slightly sharper angles when styled, or you can go for one that's slightly softer and it creates really soft, beautiful details around your face. So definitely experiment, look at a bunch of inspiration images before you dive fully in, and again, ask your hairdresser, ask a friend that you trust, ask a family member that you really trust, and try maybe some of that software online where you can put your face in the software and then they can experiment with different haircuts. Sometimes they look so ridiculous that it doesn't even come close to being accurate, but it can give you kind of a general impression. And then the last thing that I wanted to mention really quickly is I saw this kind of like equation one time that can be useful in determining if you'll like how you feel in shorter hair. So I'm going to put that in the description box down below because I found it to be really accurate. And I know I personally prefer when my hair is a little bit longer, and this equation, oddly enough, confirmed that. So definitely something fun to play around with and kind of give you some reassurance if you're feeling like you should cut your hair, but you really like it long. This could maybe be the push to kind of confirm what you already know. So I'm going to link my Pinterest boards down below with a ton of haircut inspiration, and definitely spend time cultivating these for yourself. And I would love to know in the comments down below what your favorite haircut is, what works with your lifestyle, your styling, and then how often you like to have it styled that particular way. And like always, thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you in my next one. Have a great day.